But the NFL is harsh. And are you winning or are you not winning? And as of late, we have not been winning in the Caesars Superdome. So, Christian, I look at this now. We were 2-7. Now we 3-7 in the last 10 games in the Caesars Superdome. So that's a positive going forward. Now, if you continue to give up the chunk plays, the splash plays, Christian, we give up 6 splash plays of 20 yards or more. No, you are not going to win. The bottom line is you're not going to win. You know what this reminds me of? We lost last year in the Dome doing this. Now we won this game. Look at the Giants game last year, the chunk plays. I think we had a couple we gave up. Oh, that was a 2-play drive, a 3-play drive. We end up not coming out on top. Our defense has to be where they bend, but don't break. Our red zone defense has been outstanding. Back-to-back games, like, for instance, the Seahawks with 0-1. Look how we were forcing field goals against the Vikings. No, we have to be outstanding red zone defense where you're not giving up touchdowns, but you can't be giving up like chunk plays. To tell you the truth, I don't know if I've ever witnessed this. Look at touchdown drives. We give up touchdown drives of 5 plays, 3 plays, 3 plays, and 2 plays. I don't know if I've ever witnessed that. If your defense is truly playing like they need to play, you can't be giving up those kind of splash or chunk plays or chunk drives, whatever you call it. I don't think I've ever witnessed that. Now, I always say this, especially when we win, how a Seahawks fan can't really talk trash to you. I mean, we've had, in the franchise's history, we've had their number. Christian, we've played them 16 times and we've won 10. So it's not a 50-50 proposition like it usually is in the NFL. So out of 16 times we've met them in the history of the Saints and Seahawks franchises, we're now 10-6. You look now, this is more importantly, what have we done when we've really been relevant? The Sean Payton era, Drew Brees going forward since 2006, we're now, Christian, we've won 6 of 7. This is another thing I haven't witnessed in a while in this day and age. You know how many rushing attempts we had? Not 28. We went high 20s, low 30s, 48 rushing attempts. Now, as long as Taysom and all and the gang's going forward, hey, I'm not going to poo-poo that because we had 48 rushing attempts, 235 yards, basically a 5-yard average, 4.9. You want to talk about winning football. Now, you can't turn it over. Now, we ended up -1 for the game. We -8 for the season. That's going to catch up with you. And Alvin Kamara, I thought, boy, if Alvin just takes away that fumble, and, it all counts, Seattle doesn't want to play Alvin Kamara. I think before we caught him off guard, but Pete Carroll in the game, they knew about Alvin Kamara. Last season, he had 179 total yards. Now, 128 yards, he had 10 receptions. Well, if you count the 2 previous games versus the Seahawks, he had a 170-yard average. Well, today he got 194 total yards in scrimmage. So if Alvin Kamara is going to tell his grandkids, let me tell you what I did against the Seahawks. He has been outstanding because I think for us to play winning football and how we pay him and what we demand from him, he has to be about 125 to 130. If he's in that range, because I think he's that good as a pass receiving running back or running the football. But what more can you say about Taysom Hill? I mean, listen, I'm glad they finally let him throw a pass. Christian, Taysom Hill can throw the ball, especially how he can run. Every now and then you keep defenses off balance. Christian, I know Andy Dalton would definitely throw him a touchdown pass before the season's over at tight end. So think about it. You throw a touchdown, catch a touchdown, run for a touchdown. No, Swiss Army knife or jack of all trades, that's being kind. He is truly the modern-day Jim Thorpe, what Taysom Hill has done. And you look at 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown. The last time that happened was the great Archie Manning. So you look at this is not something that happens every day when you're able for Taysom Hill, what he accomplished. Now, I still think as the offensive line, We run block way better than we pass protect. And even at times, I don't know, the combo block, and that was in the first half. We got better, but the combo block, Cesar Ruiz and the center, McCoy, they could handle Al Woods. Come on. He embarrassed them, but overall, you look at Andy Dalton, and I look at the combination Andy Dalton and Taysom Hill. We had a quarterback rating of 103.5. I think that's winning football. Andy Dalton, the one interception, I think he threw it a little behind. But you could see Andy Dalton just more precise. You never see You never see Andy Dalton kind of freak out like Jameis does sometimes. About, the ball's coming out. I got a good pre-snap read. I know where I'm going with the ball. I know how to utilize Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara had 6 targets, 6 catches for 91 yards. Hello. Look what he's done against the Seahawks in the past. Now, Chris Olave, I'd be shocked if he plays against the Bengals.
That was a nasty blow he took to the head.
And you can see they're going to look at the film when he hit the ground. He's knocked out. He ain't playing against Cincinnati. I can tell you right now, I'm not a doctor, but I know how the NFL and the NFL Player Association's treating this. Chris Olave is not playing against the Bengals. Now, I don't know about much Michael Thomas could be available. Michael Thomas might want to show up so he could show out, say, I'm better than Jamar Chase and all those Bengals receivers. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. But you know what's not interesting? How about Traquan Smith? Man, Traquan is freaking garbage. That son of a gun. How about you catch the ball? Andy Dalton stands in there tough, makes a tough throw. He got targeted 4 times, 2 drops, and he had 1 catch for 10 yards.
It was a big catch.
No, now Traquan's not getting really paid the big money, but Traquan is still stealing money. He is not doing right for the Saints. We need Traquan to step up more. You cannot not afford to make those type of plays when all's said and done. Now, again, not to always be negative or positive, but Paulson Adebo, we need you to be all NFL, all league now, not all August. We don't need you to be all August and off Airline Highway. Paulson Adebo is unbelievable. The teams will tend to go after even Adebo more than they will even Marshawn Lattimore. So Paulson Adebo has to step up. He was very active. He ended up leading the team with 8 tackles. But I thought stepped up the veteran? I thought Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan had a sack and a half. I think they gave half of that to Mario Davis, but really that was like 2 sacks for Cam. He had 2 quarterback hurries, 2 tackles for a loss. But again, why is all the games now, are they that focused on DeMario Davis? Why is Pete Werner head and shoulders above DeMario Davis in tackles? It's not even close. Pete Werner, on the pace that he's on, Christian, he might have, you want to hit the 100 mark, he might have 150. Mm-hmm. He might have 150 tackles. So when you look at who's contributing and not contributing, the bottom line, I agree with Deuce here, that if we're going to win anything or be better, it is a win and they all count the same, but we got to play a whole lot better. We just have to. The competition is going to get stiffer. But, Christian, realistically, I could show you where I predicted they'd be at right now. Okay, we were 1-3. I had thought after 5 games, I said, we have a chance to be 4-1. I thought 3-2. What are we right now?
2-3.
2-3. So we just 1 game back. So you have to look at where we're at. I still think we could be in the thick of things in the NFC South. And you still got to take it 1 game at a time. We don't have to worry about the future. We've got to take care of the Bengals when they come to town. These are very winnable games. Who we truly playing and how you view your opponents. Okay, the Seahawks. If you could be a playoff team, hell yeah, we should beat Seattle. The Bengals are up and down right now. Look at the Cardinals. Now, it might be a short week, having to go to Arizona. The Cardinals not to write home about. The Raiders have not lived up to expectations in the AFC West. So who knows? You can go on a winning streak. Now, that's one thing. I don't know if we could do that now, but we've done that in the past with Drew Brees and Sean Payton. When all of a sudden, can you go on that handful of winning streaks? Like, can you win 5 games or half a dozen in a row? Then all of a sudden, everybody forgets that poor start when, you laid a few eggs.